Good evening, viewers. Welcome to this session. We've got lots of news in this session, so thank you for joining and do put your comments as and when you find it convenient. So we'll start with the first piece of news. Uh, as the even the mainstream media, has been only covering the Ambani news and how it everything else has gone under wraps. It's only the Ambani pre-wedding event that has become the news. People have forgotten about everything else, and that is the power of money, and power itself. So here, what I wanted to bring to your notice was Shah Rukh Khan's dance. Actually, Shah Rukh Khan performed at the event, and as you know, that see, these people like to wear, this sort of dress which is the Pathan suit, and because they like to identify with Pakistan, and both he and Salman Khan wore the same dress, same kind of dress, perhaps to show solidarity with them. Now, these people actually charge a lot. Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan types charge a lot for performing at weddings, but nothing like what you would say Rihanna does. Rihanna's, 74 crores, of course, beat everybody, and that also after 7 year hiatus. She was not performing. People were not even calling her. It's like, waking up a dead dinosaurs, sort of, and saying that, see, come, please come and perform. So, and everybody also was surprised at the fact that she is a part of the toolkit when we had our farmers' protest, the last farmers' protest. She was the one who spoke so much for it, and she didn't even know what the whole thing was about. Uh, Welcome, Shefali and Fennel. Found Shweta Singh Kirti's. Yes, we did. Yes, absolutely. Vidya, welcome. Love yourself. Good evening. And P, welcome. Yes, these Bollywoodians have made a mockery at the Ambani bash. See, first of all, Panel, what happens is they go like beggars, for some crumbs. Because everything is free, whatever they get is free. Of course, they'll have to also pay back because, Mukesh Ambani being a Gujarati, Gujaratis are very business minded. If they take anything, if they give you anything, they'll have something else at the end of the, deal. So here you will see that, see, normally, Salman Khan would charge something like 5 crores, for appearing at weddings or other private occasions. For instance, in 2013, he was paid rupees 3.5 crores to entertain guests at a prominent wedding held in New Delhi. Now, because it's Ambani's, of course, he would have charged a lot more. But what was even amusing was that he could not even shake a leg, only do that typical sort of vulgar towel dance, that he did. Where the three of them did, and you could also make out that none of them are fit. They've all become so old they can't dance. And Amir Khan did, at times did not want to make a fool of himself, and he just wriggled out of their grip because he just can't dance for nuts. you know and it's the only one, if someone has grace, it is only Shah Rukh Khan. The other two are weaker than their age. So it's really sad that these people charge money and then don't even know how to perform. Now, in this Anant Ambani's pre-wedding bash, apparently Shah Rukh Khan was the highlight. Now, he's also the superstar. Also danced Natu Natu with Amir and Salman Khan. Now a new video has surfaced where Shah Rukh is seen dancing Jume Jo Patan. You interested? A black Patan dress. Now, see, the pre-wedding itself had around 1,200 guests, half of which was from Bollywood. Now, and you remember last time also at Isha Ambani's wedding, Shah Rukh Khan and Gauri Khan had performed. Now, usually he charges something like Shah Rukh Khan charges something like 8 to 10 crores for wedding performances. In a report, it is said that he charged almost 8 crores for a 30-minute performance at a high profile wedding at Dubai's Medina Jumeirah Hotel in 2013. It was at the invitation of Ahmed Hashim Puri, and Mariam Othman, who were parents of the bride and close friends of Shah Rukh Khan's event manager in Dubai. Now, prior to this, he charged 3 crores to perform at Lakshmi Mittal's daughter Vanisha Mittal's wedding that happened in 2004 in Paris. Now, in 2010, the actor performed at a lavish wedding for 4 crores. However, it's not a big amount to invite him to weddings if you compare it with Rihanna. In fact, in 2012, he was invited to at least 250 weddings. Now, if you calculate, multiply it with the 8 crores that he charges, you can guess how much he's made. It was close to 2,000 crores worth of offers, and he chose to perform for close and personal events, knowing the families closely. Now, now the other guy, you remember Diljit Dosanjh, who is again an anti-Indian, also performed at the wedding, and he charges something like 4 crores to perform at weddings. Now, in this, another video came in front, which caused quite an outrage among Shah Rukh Khan's fans. These fans are claiming that their matinee idol has been insulted at the wedding event of Anand Ambani. In the viral video, Ranbir can be seen dancing to the Punjabi dhol beats, while Shah Rukh Khan can be seen standing and clapping. Meanwhile, Akash can be seen dancing at the center along with other guests behind. A few minutes later, Akash walks towards the crowd, while Ranbir is seen, pointing towards something and interacting with the Jawan actor. As Akash holds his mother and escorts her to the center, Ranbir Kapoor and Shah Rukh Khan walk ahead, hand in hand. However, the actor duo stopped and he was talking over something. On the other hand, as Neena Ambani walked ahead, she held Shah Rukh Khan's hand. But as it seemed, Akash asked Shah Rukh Khan to step back and allow them to dance. Meanwhile, another person walks towards Shah Rukh Khan and offers him something to drink. Now the fans misunderstood this. They've taken it as an insult to their actor. Several users have shared the video condemning Akash's behavior. Now Kangana has come to his support, saying that he is really very Anand is very cultured, rooted, and sensible. Also, doesn't seem to hang out with the Bollywood mafia druggy gang. Wish him the best, is what she said. Now, one thing is very clear that uh, you know when she says that he doesn't hang with them, his friend is Ori, and they're always with the Bollywood gang. The people, half the people, more than half the people who come there are all from Bollywood. And if you just look at the kind of entertainment and the effect on these Anand Ambani and the family, is that they are crazy about Bollywood. They seem to be jumping almost on stage when anybody performs. For example, Akshay Kumar did a pathetic, absolutely pathetic, song recital and dance. And at the end of it, actually, Mukesh Ambani went and hugged him, to express his gratitude for his, hilarious dance. So that's their kind of ethos. For them, that was really, great. But at the same time, see, when this lady Nita Ambani came in a classical form with some classical dancers. Actually, the classical dancers were really good. In fact, they perhaps she would have paid them only about even 15,000 rupees, whatever, because they're not Rihanna, you know. But their dance was 10 times better than all these people put together. But then you have to know to appreciate classical dance. Who is your crowd? Who are your guests? These are people who do not even understand Indian classical dance. So there's no point in even talking about it. Of course, we had a lot of political guests there, like Aditya Thackeray, Smriti Irani, Menaka, and a lot of the Congress politicians had come in, and it was nice to see them all in, lining up with just like the Bollywoodians, for some food and drinks and whatever, because free entertainment is good for anyone. They absolutely have no qualms about that, and they'll rush to be there at these weddings because it's all fun and dance. So, moving on to another piece of news. You remember Jaya Prada was said to be absconding. Now, she surrendered in Rampur court weeks after she was declared absconder in two cases. Now, before I take that news, let me just take a few comments of yours, friends. Welcome, Shefali and Fennel and Shefali found Shweta. Yes, absolutely. Vidya, love yourself, and P. Yes, these Bollywoodians have made a real mockery at the Ambani bash. Did anyone notice big containers Rihanna brought in? What was there inside those large containers? Or rather, who was there? Yes, this is what I had also asked on Twitter. And did these containers ever get checked? Because, or did they, remember whenever earlier Vadra used to go through customs and airport, he had that status where they could not frisk him. So, was there some kind of such status given to Rihanna? Because I'm also very curious as to what came in those huge containers. Because all she's worn is a flimsy negligee like dress, a see-through dress where you can see whatever she's wearing under. So I don't think she's come with a lot of costumes, and the usual speakers and all would not be so much. So there's something very dicey going on there. Very well remarked. Love yourself. And Fennel says, I saw Shweta's interview on Ranveer's channel. I found the interview quite sober and could actually feel the pain of their family. Yes, Fennel, different people react differently. Gloria, good evening, Gloria. Rihanna dance is worse like three cans. Why so much hype for them? When our local village girls and dance and sing much better than these people. See, here you have to give credit to Modi ji. See, what Modi ji is doing is he's he is making us go back to our roots, making us spread whatever we have, whether it's craftsmanship, whether it's art, whether it's culture, you know. That is what he is promoting. But unfortunately, people like Ambani's are not doing the same. Though they say in the name of, we are building temples or we're doing promoting art and all that, but ultimately they are only promoting fossilized singers like Rihanna, who in the West is no longer relevant. You know, Nina, welcome. Always nice to see you. The Epstein file details are being released. This caused all the British royals to go into hiding. Only matter of time when these false idols will be exposed. Enchanted, I'm surprised that Gates moves around. Bill Gates moves around, without any, rather immune to all this because his name has also cropped up. Also, she mentioned how she's been coping with her brother's loss and she feels his presence with her all the time. Ranveer was also very good and considerate about the case. Well, I don't understand what you mean by that. Ranveer was also very good. What has SSR done that he should be questioned about in anything, Fennel? Sushant Singh Rajput was the perfect person. He never did anything to, sort of make people hate him. So I don't know why Ranveer should ask any other questions. I kept seeing this video of Anand Ambani dancing and looks very slim in some video, which looks like a younger video of him. Yes, those are the earlier one when he was, I think, engaged or at some other wedding where he had lost oodles of weight, and he had done that, I think, through very rigorous training and whatnot. Yes. Gloria. Welcome, Gloria. We have two Glorias who are always regular people. I saw the container. Yes, absolutely. They are shallow and materialistic. So Bollywood is what impresses them the most. SRK said Jai Shri Ram also. Yes, absolutely. When and also he described the three women in the family, three or four women as Durga, and all that. So somewhere he's being forced to talk about Sanatana Dharma. Janvi was also showing Rihanna Sampachi. The ultimate is that paying 74 crores to Rihanna, who's anti-India, could have paid and promoted our own talent. And you see the our own talent, Gloria, see the Indian dance that was done was so 10 times beautiful, where, Neeta Ambani danced. Those dancers, were brilliant. Okay, now moving on to Jaya Prada's case. Former BJP MP and film actress Jaya Prada has surrendered in Rampur court days after she was considered absconding in two cases related to the violation of code of conduct. The decision came after she failed to appear for a court hearing despite repeated notices and non bailable warrants against her. The MP MLA court in Rampur issued CRPC Order 82 for her non appearance on February 27th, even after issuing a non bailable warrant several times, regarding which senior prosecution officer Amarnath Tiwari said that the 2019 Election Code of Conduct case against Jaya Prada was registered in the court at the special MP MLA court Rampur in Cambry police station. Now, the former actress and MP has been declared as an absconder by a Rampur court in UP in connection with two election code violations. The court has directed the police to arrest her and present her before it on March 6th. Now, the cases were registered against her at the Cambry and Swarg police stations. Apparently, she did not pay her employees. That is one of the things that I have learned from her cases. Now, moving on to the interview of Sushant's sister Shweta, done by Ranbir. The interview was interesting in that uh, she's now corrected herself in 2 points, and the one point that she has corrected herself is that Sushant Singh was murdered. So that did come as quite a pleasant surprise because earlier she did say that she was wavering between suicide and murder when she said that see if somebody is responsible for that then they should be caught, as though she was not aware that he was brutally murdered. And the second thing is that somebody has also told her that you need to be sympathetic with the SSRIs. So this time when she spoke to Ranveer, she did sound rather, almost affectionate towards the SSRIs and said that they are the ones who stood with Sushant all this time and all that. But still, there's something rather weird about the way she, sort of shows herself as some kind of, you know, a spiritual person, and you remember one of the anchors earlier also even said that her book resembles the Upanishads, which is really shocking because this woman cannot by any means have reached that level. But from her talk, you can make out that she's trying to compare herself to these sages and these gurus, and saying that she has already reached that level where she's so spiritual she can cut herself away from the family and go into solace and meditation. Now, she also said that certain things like Sushant keeps coming to her very often, and that when they were traveling to Haridwar, they were talking about him and missing his presence when the song Namo Namo, especially the part where he sings, comes. And he also mentions that so many kilometers to Haridwar, and which was exactly the distance towards that destination. So here again, she speaks something which is, I think, rather unbelievable. But then, it could have been also. I'm giving her, that this thing. So that's another thing. And now she's been talking about many other incidents as well. Where she says that, he often comes to her. Now, Ankita Lokate is not someone who's going to sit back and let the sister take all the glory. So now she has gone and tweeted, or rather, or put it on Instagram, that she's very supportive of Shweta, and because she's written this book, and she has also done a podcast with Ranveer. So she has sent a message saying, "Love you, Dee," meaning Didi. Now, Shweta discussed the Sushant's deep devotion with Lord Shiva and how his struggling family and struggling soul must finally come to peace. In a video shared by the podcaster, she keeps telling him how she felt like her brother's soul was struggling, that he wanted to prove to everyone about the foul play that was involved. However, now she feels that his soul is at peace in Kailash, which is something I do not agree with because still seems to be rather restless, like I told you in my in the community page. Now, this is something I'd like to tell you because I really wanted to convey this to you that when the Ram temple was being built, and I wanted to contribute to the Ram temple in Ayodhya. So I did a painting of uh, Lord Ram in oils, and embellished it with, Swarovski crystals, and sent it to the Prime Minister's office, and hoping that this would be, this could make its way into the Ayodhya temple. Now, why it's like a miracle for me is something that I want to convey to you, is that I started off with whatever I felt would be, Ram's Lord Ram's face, and then if you look at the community page, you will see I put all the stages of the painting. First, there was a face that did not, look totally different, and then as I went through the stages, the face started changing, and then ultimately, when you look at the last image, you will see that there is a strong resemblance to Sushant. Now, how he came into the painting made me, gave me goosebumps. And then I asked my whether it was only, playing on my mind, and that I was imagining things. But when I asked my family, they all said that there's such a strong resemblance with Sushant. So, which means that he has got into our system in such a strong manner that he wants us to fight for him and to get him justice. It's a very, very strong vibe. And that also, perhaps, we will be getting justice for him. I don't know. There seems to be multiple messages in that. So I would request each and everyone there are about 122 people who are watching. So the well wishers, I'm not talking about the people who are against him, but the well wishers amongst you, please do go to my community page and see the different paintings, the stages of the painting, and see how the face changes. And how, see, this is something my guru told me, is that, whenever you paint a god, whether you paint or you do a sculpture, just like in Pran Pratishta, that deity enters your canvas or your stone, whichever you're doing the Pran Pratishta. And when I did this painting of Lord Rama, I was listening to mantras, I was completely absorbed with Lord Rama. And how the face changed is amazing. So there is a very strong message that we are on the right track, and our mission is very, very strong, and that we will get some result that is 100% true. Now, if certain people do not want to show these images, it's because they want to cover it up. They don't want to give justice to Sushant. So I don't think that is going to happen. I'm very sure that something positive is there, in mind. So let me just take a few comments. Thank you, Rupali. Dhanishri says, all these three sisters' statements seem to be very different. Yes, absolutely. Gloria says, Meenaji, this gives me goosebumps. The painting I'm talking about. Love you, Sushant Singh Rajput. Thank you, Meenaji, for sharing your experience. Nina says, Meenaji, hearing about your goosebumps, it's great revelation for me also. What an experience. You're really an evolved person as you're a great artist. See, Nina, this is not something that, it comes from us. There is an inner being within us that makes us do things, some visibly and some invisibly. It's just like that feeling, when you sometimes you sense danger, and you don't walk into that direction. You walk in the opposite direction because that's God telling you that don't go there. There's something wrong there. So similarly, when this painting was happening, it is with a lot of good wishes that this should go to the temple in Ayodhya, and adorn any of the walls of the. If they do it or not, I've done my duty. I've given it. If they do it, it's a small contribution from my side. If they do it, well and good. Otherwise, I have done my duty because I will take an original of this, a picture of this, and hang it in my living room as well. Before family joined movement, someone said on 50, they were forcing Shweta to fight for justice. She told her that her brother was, she told her that her brother was depressed. Even I've watched the clips of SSR's podcast. I'm confused whether to believe her or not. Yes, everybody is actually mentioning this. Shweta is not convinced about murder. I somehow don't have a liking for. Yes, see, that is one of the things that she does seem rather fake. But according to what I've heard, she's a criminal lawyer. Then how is it that she has doubts? No, it's not this sister who's a criminal lawyer. It's just the other sister in Delhi who's a criminal lawyer. This girl is situated in USA. So let me just take a few more comments. Nina, that's your humbleness. So beautiful. Thank you so much. It's all about book sales. Yes, that's what I also thought. Yes. So moving into something that I'm not too happy about is this news about Samir Wankhede. The Bombay High Court on March extended the relief from arrest given to former Narcotics Control Bureau Mumbai Zonal Director Samir Wankhede till March 27th in connection with the money laundering case. The court has adjourned the matter till March 27th. The matter was adjourned after the Directorate of ED sought time to file a short reply on Samir's petition challenging ED's enforcement case information report against him. Now, ECIR is a formal entry of a complaint lodged by the ED. Mr. Wankhede has challenged the ECIR in the Bombay High Court and has sought to quash the case against him. Further, the Bombay High Court has listed a hearing of the case with the CBI against Wankhede on the same date. The court was told that the Solicitor General would appear himself in both matters on that date. Earlier on February 10th, the ED initiated the money laundering case against Wankhede, acknowledging a CBI FIR that alleges a 25 crore bribe demand by him from actor Shah Rukh Khan's family to spare his son in the drugs on a cruise case. Wankhede has expressed surprise that the ED's ECIR is based on CBI FIR, which is under question before the Bombay HC. Last year, the CBI booked Mr. Wankhede for allegedly demanding 25 crores as a bribe for not framing actor Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan Khan in the drugs on cruise case on October 2nd. The agency said that the deal was closed for 18 crores, adding that Wankhede's assets were not proportionate to his known source of income. The FIR copy said he was not able to justify expenses made during his foreign visit. Now, what upsets me here is that Samir Wankhede is the kind of officer who has been true to whatever he has done. And time and again, we have seen the aggressive manner in which he has gone and arrested peddlers and drug dons and done everything. And yet, the focus is that he tried to make himself famous by only catching Bollywood celebrities and their children. Now, in this the Hindi format or the Hindi sister of India Today channel tried to do a very harsh interview with Samir Wankhede, and they tried to grill him, like starting off with, what is the kind of watch you're wearing, and you own a bar, how come you own a bar, especially when you are young. Then questions about his caste, his religion, it went on and on as if it was a court where they were questioning him. The very angle of the questions asked by the editor would have irritated anybody. Despite that, Samir Wankhede was very cool and he said that he cannot talk about cases that are sub judice. He was very clear and they tried to mock him. And then they said, see, what do you think about what, in the end, that what do you think of Nawab Malik, what he said about his son, that you even tried to, frame him. Now, one thing I don't understand about India Today, and of course, they ask questions about also Riya Chakravarti. So, one thing I don't understand about India Today is that they seem to glorify people like Riya Chakravarti and a full family, Aryan Khan, okay, Satish Manishinde, all of them got space for interviews. Now, my question to them is that how come they did not ask any questions, negative questions about Nawab Malik? Everybody knows the kind of lies that he was floating. Everybody knows what the regime under Thakre's was like. They were a Hitler like regime where only what they said was done. So, under Uddhav Thackeray, Nawab Malik thought that, see, in a second, he can just jail Samir Wankhede and make sure that he is tortured and perhaps even eliminated would have been would have been a thing like they would have uh, allegedly done, similar to what they did to Arnab. Now, when they could not do that to Samir, because surprisingly, at that time, Samir was uh, posted to another area, not related with NCB. So there was someone who knew the cantankerous nature of this the earlier Shiv Sena, that they could do anything to anybody. You remember the ex-naval officer, the way they went to his house and started beating him up, the goons, or the ones who went into Kangana's office and demolished it, or what happened to Arnab. So in those circumstances, they could have done anything to Samir Wankhede also. But there was some, divine hand that removed him from there because he had a family and two small children. Why would he be fighting for the country? Only because he's patriotic. He comes from a family, of patriots. And the kind of questions they were asking, about the mother. So he said, see, if you're asking me about my mother, you know, I cannot choose my mother. If my mother is a Muslim, yes, she is a Muslim, and I'm a Muslim, half Muslim. My father is a Santani, so I'm half Sanatani as well. So, at every stage they try to push him down, mock him, make fun of him, which I thought was very, very cheap of India today. But then it's not surprising because they are all now trying to come to some sort of a conclusion to say that Samir Wankhede is the one who is guilty and not all these culprits, whether it's Riya or Aryan or any of these people. So there is a mission in mind, and that is what India Today follows. I have never liked India Today and its sisters and brothers, whether it's in Hindi or any channel. They have nothing but sensation. It's a masala channel. They only make masala. Till now, they used to attack Modi ji, but now when they realize that Modi is very strong, they've slowly changed course because they have no choice, because there is no Congress or no opposition to even talk about. So there has been a complete change. So let me take a few comments. Paid media, yes, absolutely, Ushma. The bullyweed, most actor-less pregnancy seems to be doubtful. L-top, yes, L-top interview aroused my anger. Hats off to Samir Wankhede for being, yes, anybody else would have lost their temper. So well said, Winnie. Dhanashri says, did you hear news about Anushka giving birth to a baby boy in London? I really find it something doubtful or mysterious. Most of the people, actresses giving birth to a child in London, and now Deepika is pregnant. So what happens is, suddenly, after the baby, they're back to being their original selves. That itself shows that it's all lies, Dhanashri. You know, it's all lies. And the very fact that they're not even attached to their children, you can see, it's like those sham weddings that they have. So let me just take a few more comments. Violet says that interview more was about drilling him down and losing his cool and act more harsh. But Samir was very confident, yes, and cool answering it. Welcome, welcome, SST. Vidya says, Vidya says, special manifested powers of Sri Rama emerging all over the world since Ram Mandir on January. Vidya, in fact, when I did the painting, you don't know the kind of goosebumps I got because, see, how on earth is SSR coming into the image? I mean, it was just too much for me. I could not, really fathom what was happening. A lot of joy because this is exactly what all of us are doing. It's a mission we are all fighting for, over 4 years. A message is coming from him saying that, see, don't give up. Because many people have given up, Vidya. Many people have given up because they're tired, you know. And I don't blame them because our government has not shown any will to give some justice. And then, of course, there are the politicians and the actors who have been constantly saying that it could have been a suicide, right from Smriti Irani to Kangana Ranaut, and now Vivek Oberoi, and then even the sister Shweta did mention that earlier. So there's a lot of people who are saying that it is a suicide because there seems to be some kind of agenda that they're making up so that the real culprits can escape. But see, there is a stronger power from above which will stop these voices. And I'm sure we will get some justice because we've been praying so hard. I've seen the kind of tears that so many of SSRians have had. Even when I joined some sessions of NY Traveler and Dream, I see the kind of emotion that many of these people have, the SSRians have, and the emotion is the same. 4 years later, the emotion is the same. So I am sure that you always say that it is this war of dharma against adharma. I'm sure that these people will be destroyed because you look at what I wanted to tell you is that see the example of Ambani's pre-wedding function. Okay, it's just a 3-day affair. Millions have been spent on that. Millions that could have benefited many people in India, but that didn't happen. It went to people, useless people, the boycott Bollywood group, who don't deserve anything because they're anti-India. They do everything to please their masters, from Pakistan. Their best friends are from Pakistan, and they are the ones who are being appeased in such parties. So you feel that see, there's a lot of injustice. They talk about building temples at the same time they are wooing the same people who are making our country, belittling our country through their movies. So what happens is that we feel this kind, it's a very cheap taste in our mouths when we see all this. At the same time, we cannot but admit that we have a prime minister who's working towards removing poverty, towards making us self-sufficient, making us grow our own products, make in India. So these things are happening, and there is a strong force. See, all these people, whatever they said and did, ultimately had to land at Sri Rama's feet at Ayodhya temple, and pay their the same. So Lord Rama is great. I'm sure we will get justice for SSR. Thank you, Gloria. Please, friends, if you like this video, it takes you just a few seconds to like the button, and but when was Anushka expecting? Absolutely. Is it surrogacy? It seems like that. Karan Johar's child doesn't even resemble him in any way, and neither does Alia's and Ranbir's. They look like some other child. Special manifested? Yes, absolutely. We've taken that one. So the last piece of news is, again, it goes to Kapil Mishra. The Kapil Mishra show. Now, comedian Sunil Pal has slammed the makers of Kapil Sharma's upcoming show, The Great Indian Kapil Show, days after its promo was officially released. Sunil posted a video on his official Instagram account on Sunday and bashed the makers for using inappropriate and vulgar language in one of the promotional videos. In the video, he said he's upset after watching the promo videos of the upcoming show on OTT. However, the comedian praised Kapil and said that he has no expectations from his team members, including Krishna and Kiku. Sunil also accused the OTT giant of creating a porn quota. He also urged Kapil not to use foul language in the show as families will watch it. As families will be watching it. And later in the video, Sunil also slammed the makers for not promoting the show in the right manner. The Kapil Sharma show is coming on Netflix soon. उसका प्रोमो देखकर मैं निराश हो गया हूँ. कपिल शर्मा हमारा कॉमेडी का सुपरस्टार है. He is the king of comedy and people love him as a family entertainer. but his new show is coming now on OTT and उसके प्रोमो में गंदगी देख रहा हूँ, गंदे शब्दों का इस्तेमाल किया है। मुझे लगता है मेरा भाषा यहाँ हार जाएगा और वो मैं देख नहीं सकता। Kapil, I'm your biggest fan, but you have to stop this. Not just for me, but for millions of your fans. You are a good comedian with a pure nature. You're the one and only king of comedy. Families watch you. That's why I'm requesting you not to do this. ये जो शुरुआत हुई है आपके शो की नेटफ्लिक्स पर बहुत गंदे तरीके से हुई है। इसे प्रमोट भी बहुत गंदे तरीके से किया जा रहा है। कपिल महाराज, आपके बाकी टीम से मुझे कोई उम्मीद नहीं है वो खुल के गंदगी करे। वो गाली गलौज करती है वैसे कृष्णा भी गाली गलौज करते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, बाकी लोगों से भी कोई उम्मीद नहीं, लेकिन कपिल महाराज आपसे हाथ जोड़ के निवेदन है, यू हैव अ ह्यूज फैन फॉलोइंग, प्लीज डोंट डू दिस। नेटफ्लिक्स पर जो गंदे गंदे कीड़े मकोड़े से कोल्ड सो कॉल्ड गटर आतंकवादी नेटफ्लिक्स ने पैदा किया है, उनकी औकात नहीं है आपके आजू बाजू खड़े होने की। ये कीड़े मकोड़े गटर के अंदर है। आप कहिए कि मेरे प्रोग्राम में गाली नहीं होगी, अच्छी कॉमेडी करेंगे। इन गंदी नाली के कीड़ों से दूर रहिए। ये नंगा है, नंगा थे और नंगे मरेंगे। आप इससे दूर रहिए। मोस्ट ऑफ नेटफ्लिक्स क्रिएटर्स हैव ओपन अ पॉर्न कोटा, इनके चक्कर में मत पड़िए। So this is a warning to him that please do not bring in semi-porn into your program, and to do a program that a family can watch without any problem. So this seems to be a good advice coming from this man. OTT compulsion makes up. Yes, absolutely. Violet says Kapil Sharma show has always been about double meaning jokes from the very start. You're talking about people like Salman Khan. They only talk that way. You talk about Shah Rukh Khan. They're only talking double meaning. Everything is double meaning. And at the end of the thing, the women are the butt of their jokes. Sandhana says, yes, justice for Sushant. On this note, we end this session, friends. We look forward to you seeing you tomorrow. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.